this is easy. And we think we're basically doing a shortcut because we're not listening. We're not actually bonding. We're not connecting. And we're trying to jump to a conclusion that hopefully we think solves the issue. And a lot of this comes back to what we both mentioned in this conversation, is that there's this subconscious ego attachment to the child succeeding as being a reflection of our self-esteem. Our self-worth, our self-esteem gets wrapped up in our child's self-worth and self-esteem. And now, subconsciously we're living our dreams through them. That's not as basic as saying, I want my kid to be a doctor because I am, but there's other more subtle versions of that. How do people disconnect from that ego? Because it seems to be so subtle and so hidden, but it's there. And I think everyone notices it with their parents when their parents are acting in that way. But almost when we become parents, we're completely oblivious to that ego.
And it's so important. It's often so toxic if someone is living an unrealized life that they pour a lot of it into their child, and it makes these kids miserable. And it doesn't give them a sense of agency. It constrains them, and they often rebel against it, as opposed to, what do you want to do? That'll make you a good living, so I don't have to support you. And I love my 6 children, but I never want to have to live with them, right? So I want to create competent people who can care for themselves. It's like, oh, go live your dream, whether or not you can take care of yourself. And that's going to set them up to be miserable. If you're dependent on someone else, you're miserable. Entitled people are never happy. Another thing is, and I posted this on TikTok and it got like 7 million views, hallmark of mental strength. I don't do things for people who do not treat me with respect. Whoa. So, your child misbehaves, you love them so much, it doesn't matter. You give them everything they want anyways. Death. I don't do nice things for people who I feel don't treat me with respect. It doesn't mean you don't feed them. Of course you feed them, but you're not taking them to the store and you're not doing nice things for them. I mean, you need to teach them their consequences. And there's a specific type of therapy I like. It's called intensive short-term dynamic psychotherapy. And it's often getting to the feelings underneath, and rage and attachment and guilt about the rage are often a significant piece of it.
Sometimes it's hard because I feel like a lot of people may be feeling like, I don't understand my child. Like they're angry, they're upset, they kind of want to disconnect. What do you do in that situation? Where do you start?